Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a new edition of the Daily Debate. In tonight's show, we're going to be focusing on the Egyptian-Tunisian file. President Sisi actually called President Kais Saied, the Tunisian president, congratulating him on the new government headed by the first female prime minister. We're going to be looking at this file and also visiting some of the regional issues that includes Libya and other parts of the African continent as well. And we're joined here in the studio tonight by Dr. Sharif Amir, the Professor of Geopolitical Affairs at the University of Paris. Dr. Amir, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we start our discussion, let's check out some of the stories making the news today. And we'll start off with President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi, who held talks via video conference on Monday with the German Chancellor Angela Merkel on several files of mutual concern. During the talks, President Sisi expressed appreciation to Merkel for her role in boosting the Egyptian-German relations. The president praised the strong ties binding Egypt and Germany over years and expressed keenness on pushing forward strong relations with Germany's new government. For her part, Merkel asserted Germany's support to Egypt's developmental process and stressed the importance of enhancing joint cooperation, especially in the fields of energy and renewable energy. The talks also tackled means of enhancing bilateral relations in the sectors of trade and tourism. Also today, President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi inspected a number of armored vehicles developed by the armed forces. Now, the president was accompanied by Director of the Vehicles Department of the Armed Forces, Major General Kamel Wafai, and Assistant Director of the Department for Armament, Major General Mohammed Abdel Fattah. El-Sisi inspected various models of armored vehicles that were developed in the factories of the armed forces in accordance with the latest design and manufacturing systems. The vehicle's design takes into consideration the need to maximize the capabilities of these vehicles in terms of versatility, whether for the armed forces or the civil police forces. This comes in preparations for displaying these vehicles in the framework of the second session of Egypt's Defense Expo, EDEX 2021. Also, President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi instructed to boost the financial performance and preserve the general budget indicators to reach a primary surplus of 1.5%. President el-Sisi also directed to reduce the total budget deficit to 6.7% and to decrease the general debt to less than 90% by the end of the current fiscal year. The president's remarks came during his meeting with the Prime Minister and Minister of Finance to follow up the financial indicators of the general budget of the year 2021-22. And finally, President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi extended on Monday his greetings to the Egyptian people, Arab and Muslim nations on the birth anniversary of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. On his official Facebook page, the president said that the birth of Prophet Muhammad was a turning point for humanity. He noted that the Prophet is an example of a great leader who conveyed God's message and shouldered the responsibility with courage, strong will, and patience amid challenges. The President prayed for God to protect Egypt and all Arab and Muslim countries. These were some of the stories making the news today, but now we're turning our attention to tonight's topic. Egypt is extending its voice of confidence in the new Tunisian government. Let's check out this report and we'll be right back. President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi congratulated his Tunisian counterpart Kais Saied on the formation of the new government and its taking of the constitutional oath. Presidential spokesman Bassam Radi said in a statement that President el-Sisi affirmed Egypt's support to all steps that would maintain stability in Tunisia. During a phone call, the head of state also expressed appreciation of the firm, brotherly and historic relations tying the governments and peoples of Egypt and Tunisia. For his part, the Tunisian president extended his greetings to President el-Sisi, affirming that this reflects the strength and depth of relations between Egypt and Tunisia. Saied stressed keenness to enhance bilateral cooperation with Egypt, The Tunisian president hailed Egypt's support to Tunisia's affairs and lauded the Egyptian pivotal role in fostering the mechanisms of joint Arab and African work in the face of the current regional challenges. Earlier, Egypt has welcomed the formation of the new Tunisian government under Prime Minister Najla Bouden, voicing confidence of its ability to face the various challenges. A Foreign Ministry statement said that this comes within the framework of popular solidarity and under the wide leadership of President Kais Saied. Tunisia named its new government around 3 months after Saied sacked the government of Hisham Mechichi and suspended the parliament. Egypt in the statement hailed the sincere national efforts being made by the Tunisian state to meet the brotherly Tunisian people's aspiration towards development and prosperity. The statement added that Egypt affirms it will stay supportive to the wise leadership of President Kais Saied and its endeavors towards establishing the pillars of stability in Tunisia and achieving development and progress. It also read that Egypt looks forward to working with the new government to boost the frameworks of distinguished bilateral cooperation between the two countries and to enhance their consultation mechanisms on various issues of mutual concern, the statement read.